Hey y'all, hey, I'm Ashley and this is for Dizzy Birds. If you're new to the channel, on this channel we use a zero-based budget, cash stuffing, and savings challenges that actually make saving fun. We have some big goals, me and my family. We want to get out of debt, we want to get ahead on our bills, and we want to totally transform how we think about money. We've been at it for a while and we're making a lot of progress. So if you're ready to take control of your finances one paycheck at a time and maybe have a little fun doing it along the way, I think you're in the right place. So today's video is our Sunday Adult With Me series. It is the second week of April, so we're going to do a little bit of budget with me. We're going to check in on the month ahead binder. We're going to take care of our 2026 bucks, our tires, our Christmas savings, and we're going to play Saveopoly. So hang around if you want to see what we get accomplished this week. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and I hope you're having a great start to your Sunday, a great weekend so far. It's been a quiet one here. I'm actually filming ahead just a bit. I do sometimes film ahead, and because while you're watching this, we'll actually be getting ready to go out for Easter celebration at my sister's house, so I had to film ahead. So I hope you're having a wonderful, because it is Easter. Those of you who observe Easter, I hope you're having a wonderful Easter with family and friends, and that it's just a beautiful day for you. We always enjoy it. It feels like spring is finally sprung for this holiday, doesn't it? Okay. As always promised, here is our budget with me series. We're going to look at this week's budget and how I figured up how everything was going to be set aside. So if you're new to this style of budgeting, this is called a zero-based budget. What I'm showing you right now is a worksheet that I created for myself based off of how I do my budget. It utilizes a calendar layout and a weekly budgeting tracking sheet. So on the calendar, what I do is I lay out all the bills on the day that they are due, or that they usually come out automatic draft, right? But so that I know which day each one of these things comes out. And then because we have both a monthly paycheck from my paycheck and a weekly paycheck from my husband, we figure out which week needs to cover which expense. Our first paycheck of the month includes my monthly paycheck, so it's quite larger than all the rest, and it usually means that we are paying a great bit of the monthly expenses out of that paycheck. So as you can see here, last week we took care of all of these bills here that are set to come out. So if it has a check mark, it's already been allocated. So the only things that we are still lacking outside of regular expenses are our car insurance, camper insurance, life insurance, our camper payment, which is a big daddy one, water and trash bill, and my car payment, which is also fairly large. So this week, let's find out what we are taking care of. Okay, so here is my budget spread. Again, like I said, just designed this to reflect what I need to track my budget, but I'm going to walk you through how I go from the income piece all the way down to a zero budget. All right, let's get our calculator out here. All right, so we're starting here with a paycheck of about $1,600. So I do round this up to the closest $10 just to make it easy to budget, and everything else is a buffer. But $1,600 there is our income for the week. In the first category after that, I figure up fixed expenses. So those are all the things that are listed here on this calendar. These are the things that come out every month. They're the same amount and they come out on a specific day. So they're fixed. This week, what we're taking care of is water and trash, and then lawn care. So we have someone come out and put fertilizer down on our yard. So for this week, we are pulling out $110 and $34 for a total of $144 for the week. So I am going to take this $1,600, which is our total income, and subtract out $144 for our fixed expenses, and that gives me my leftover number here of $1,456, and I put that there. So now we have finished out our fixed expenses with $1,456 to go. I move up here to category 2, which is variable expenses. $1,456 is left over from the last category, so we bring that over to the top, and then we are taking out things variable expenses, and these are expenses that also happen usually every week. They are more or less the same, but they can be variable, so they don't come out on a specific date necessarily, and the amount can fluctuate. So that's example of that is gas for the cars, groceries. These are medical co-pays, eating out, self-care, and then little birds, which is usually things like meal accounts at the school, fundraisers, and things like that. So for this week, we have figured a total of 541 for all of our variable expenses. So I subtract the 541 from the 1456 to leave me with $915. So now we've taken care of fixed and variable, and now we go into category number 3, which is debt payments. All right, we're going to bring that 915 down. So starting with 915, our total debt payment this week is 140. So we're subtracting that out, and that now leaves us with 775. All right, so fixed, variable, and debt, all the 3 top most important non-negotiable categories are now taken care of, and we are now sitting at $775 left to budget. All right, so that brings us over to page number 2. I always start out here, and this seems a little redundant at times, but it helps me to keep a good look at the amounts and where I am and make sure that I have all my numbers correct. So I bring my income over here to 1,600. My total fixed and variable number is 144 plus 541. So total of fixed and variable. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy downstairs. Is 685. Okay. Then the next number I'm going to pause just a second while the dogs get over their little fit. All right. I think we're good now. Okay. 685. Our debt payment is 140 for the week. So far we have 685 going to fixed and variable, 140. So we're going to add 685 plus 140 to find our total outflow number. So this is all the money that is going out. So come into the bank account and then out this week. So if we did our math right, 1,600 minus 825 should equal the amount we had down here, which is 775. So this helps me to make sure that we are on track. Okay, so now we're going to move down into category number 4, which is sinking funds on my worksheet. These are the funds that are savings, but they are sinking funds, meaning that they are typically larger amounts for me. They are things that are going to likely come out either on a monthly or a soon basis. They don't stick around. They just need to be pulled aside. So in this case, it's my camper payment, my storage payment, and my car payment. I pull out a quarter of each of these because at the end of the month, these are the bigger expenses coming out of the paycheck. So if I pull out a quarter of it each paycheck, then I can take care of that and it doesn't come out of that income amount. It just makes it a little bit easier in the end. So the total amount is 345. So 775 minus 345 means we are left with $430. All right, so we come up here to our final category, which is savings challenges. And we start up here with our $430. And this is where I actually list out all the savings challenges I plan to play this week and the amounts that I am going to save. This is how I know what I have budgeted for each category. Okay, so all of these total up to $430, which of course, subtracting out from $430 means we are left with 0. And this is what we mean by a zero-based budget. Okay, it doesn't mean we have $0 in our bank account. Quite definitely not. We have quite a bit of savings, which we're going to add up here, that got pulled out just this week alone, but we did have some that goes out to expenses. So here's my final block where I figure all of that up. I have 1,600 total income. Total expenses was 685. So those are things that we have to pay for every month. Our debt payment, which unfortunately we do have to pay for, but if we could get those taken care of, they would no longer come out. And then our total savings, which is a total of 345 plus 430 for the week. So 775 of the 1,600 actually goes to savings, and a fairly comparable amount is going to expenses and debt. But we're not sad about that. We have zero rollover, meaning nothing is rolling over to the next week. So we have gotten this all down to zero. So a zero-based budget, as I've reminded, means that every dollar has a job, but it does not mean we have $0 left in our bank account. But that's what we mean by zero-based budget, and that is how we know how much we are saving with on each challenge this week. Okay, so that wraps up budget with me. Let me know what questions you have down below. Happy to answer them. I am definitely not a financial advisor, any kind of expert on the matter. I'm just showing you what works for me. So if any of this might work for you, hopefully it will help guide you in that direction. All right, let's get to the saving part, the fun stuff. Okay, we're going to start with everybody's favorite, the month ahead binder. At least it's mine. We are almost done with this thing. Okay, we are bringing $30 a week into this binder, and we have been working towards 10 of our household bills trying to get a month ahead, and we have done all but one. So we are 9 categories fully funded, and we are on our last category, which is the cell phone bill. It is an ugly one. We have many accounts on our many lines on our account. We help take care of several family members. So $30 going in total to this one. So we're going to add this one in and then find out how much we have. I'm going to trade that in for a 20. Makes it easier on me to count. So of the 360, so far we have 100, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 281. We have 281 so far. Now, each icon is worth $18. 281 minus 18. Oh, that's not what we wanted. 281 divided by 18 means we should have 15 icons colored in, okay? So we are going to get to color in quite a few, it looks like. I'm going to double check because I'm like, did I get that wrong? 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 181. 281. 281 divided by 18 is 15 icons. Okay, so this is 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we are coloring 2 icons in today and just another giant step closer to being fully month ahead on this one. Full disclosure though, this bill's gone up a little bit, so it's actually not fully a month ahead, but we didn't want to change it up in the middle of this project. So once we finish all 10 categories, we will leave this money sitting there. It serves sort of as a emergency fund. It gives us just a little bit of breathing room on our monthly bills. But we're going to start another binder right up. And I don't know exactly which categories we're going to work on. Maybe it's different categories or the same ones trying to get to 2 months, but we're going to keep going because this is working for us. If you haven't tried a month ahead snowball effect, and you're interested in doing it, this product is in my shop, my Etsy shop. It's a printable digital download, and you can set it up however you want with whatever amount you want to put aside every week or every month. So you can find that in my shop if you're interested. Also in my shop is a digital download printable is the 2026, Save 2026 and 2026. I have mine made up into envelopes, so it'll be a little bit different, but you can do yours just as an A6 binder. We have a full $50 this week, and we have finished up January, and we've been just working on the numbers as they match up with what we have. But we actually have $50 this week for our last number on February. Now, this more or less finishes up February, but we still do have our $2 boost back here that we're going to keep working on. So we're not totally done, okay? But we should have at least 165 and a little bit more, okay? So 100, 150, 170, 171, 172, and 173. All right, so far in February. And we are really just have an opportunity there to finish up the boost, but we'll move on and keep trying to finish up these larger numbers. This one is saving up the whole time until we get it completed, and we will probably be putting that towards our emergency fund. All right, it's time for Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas savings. We're saving through the year for the first time ever, and we are excited about it. I am using my Christmas box challenge also in my Etsy shop. If you're interested, Princess A6 binder. It has a lot of little cute categories that I designed based on what we're typically saving for. And let's see how much we have today. Looks like 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. A very random number, but as you saw from the budgeting, that is intentional. We literally save based off of what we have on those budget sheets. Okay, if you do download this product, as fair warning, especially if you're going to laminate and cut it all, it's a little bit of a work on your end because these cards, there's a lot of cards, which I think is great for saving throughout the year. And it's probably going to save us a lot. I don't know the exact amount because of the bonuses, but it's a lot of cutting. But once you do, it's really cute and it's a fun way to save. Okay, we're going to pull our first card here. We are going to our puppies and kitties, which I think is called, what is that called? Holiday Cuties. We are looking for a search and save here. We're looking for this little adorable Yorkie. He's $3 just base. And then we have a bonus amount that we can also pay. And what we're going to be doing throughout this whole thing is we are paying at least one of the bonuses and the base amount. So we're putting this card back in until we finish the whole card. So we're today going to put in 3 and 3 for $6. And then this card will go back in the stack until these other two bonuses are done. All right, next card. We are going to Holiday Cocoa. My kids have a very serious Holiday Cocoa bar during that time of the year, and they get cocoa pretty regularly. All right, so this is a search and save. So we are looking for this one, which is also $3. And we're going to do the larger bonus again today just because we have a little bit more than we normally do. We're going to do $7 total this week. And this card will go back in the stack. $7. Okay, next card. Oh, we're staying here on cocoa. Search and save. Woo, that's a $9 cup of cocoa. Let's see. Let's do the 2 this time. I don't want to miss out on other cards just because we put it all towards that one this week. So 9 plus 2 is $11. So 11 more dollars going in to the cocoa bar. All right, card number 4. Ooh, we are going to the 12 Days of Christmas. And we are searching for the 1, which means we owe that 1. And then we will do the 4 here to make that 5. $5 with that bonus. Okay, moving right along, getting quite a few cards. Okay, up next, stocking stuffers. So we're going back up here to the front, 2 stocking stuffers, and this is a roll and save. So that means we get to roll whatever dice we want. I've just been doing a D6, which is 6, and I'm going to go ahead and do that 4 and make this an even 10 today. So I've gotten quite a few cards in there. So $10 going in. All right, how much do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not bad. I think we're safe. Okay. Oh, look, see, now here's an example right here. We are still on stockings and we only had 1 more that we needed to do to finish this card completely. So this one will actually get pulled out of the stack today as long as we add that $3 in. And then I can actually cross that guy off because he is done. All right, that's our very first totally completed card. That's exciting. I was wondering when we were going to get to one of those. All right, let's pull another card. Ooh, another one. Okay, we're going to trim the tree. Let's see if we have enough to finish this card out totally. All right, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have enough. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it, y'all. $5. And then we have another completed card and we get to cross this one off totally as well. Well, that's exciting. We have 2 completed cards for the first time, and we still have $1 left. What do we want to do? Let's go ahead and draw and see. Oh, roll and save. We may end up with our first IOU. Trim the tree. We are rolling and saving for this guy. We only have $1. 5. Okay, so we're going to have our very first IOU right here for $4. I borrowed this one from another box challenge. I needed to make IOUs for this one. A for Alicia. I had a Christmas box of hers. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. We're going to actually get a nice little marker here to make sure that we see that when we play next week. And don't miss it. We owe that $4 before we even get started on anything else. Okay, so I'm going to put that in here so that it stands out, obvious, right here. We're not going to miss it. Okay, $48, 1 IOU, our very first IOU. I'm going to go through here really quick, fast forward it, and get all of this stuff put away. And then we will come back and play our next game. Okay, we've got that all squared away. We're going to take these 2 completed cards and set them aside so they don't end up back in the stack. And then what I've been doing is just mixing these in randomly so that we will come across them again at some other time because they still have some work to do before they are completely finished. Okay, so all of those are ready to go. That's exciting that we finished 2 cards. It's a little bit of progress every week. Gets us just a step closer to our Christmas savings goals. All right, before we go to Saveopoly, let's take care of Piggy Tires and Bubbles. Piggy Tires and Bubbles are combined, sort of, in that I just have $30 even to go in there. We play Piggy Tires first, and then whatever's left goes into Bubbles, sort of like a catch-all, so we don't end up with an IOU. All right, so let's get Piggy Tires out. I just named her Piggy Tires, by the way. She's not really called that. This is Help Little Piggy Go Wee all the way home from Maddie at Floating Funds, and we are hoping to use this towards tires. We use our color dot die and a regular D6. No, we use, I was like, what? That's not right. We use the dice that is telling us to use this turn. This turn is a D20, so we may only be rolling once because the color dot die is for a multiplayer, and I'm not even sure we'll be able to do that. So we'll have to just see how it goes. We do have a limit. All right, so that's a 12, for instance. And we have 30 total. What do we want to do there? Because if we end up with a 4 or a 3, we don't even have enough to take care of that, do we? Yeah, 12 times 4 would be over our budget. So we're gonna just do the 12 today. We're making a decision to just do the 12. Playing it safe. I haven't felt like the dice is really on my side today, so I'm gonna play it safe. 12. All right, so now I have 18 left to go. We can now roll a d6, which is a 4, and we will do a color dot die of yellow. 4 times 3 is another 12. So we can do that. 4 and 12. So we got 2 squares colored in today, and a total of $24 going in to Piggy Tires. Let's see, what do we have in here? We are not pulling this one, so we're doing pretty okay. This one is adding up. Not quite gonna hit us on those goals of tires yet, but it's definitely gonna help. 100, 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42. $142 so far for Miss Piggy. All right, and then that leaves us with a total of $6 for our bubbles. which we back here, comes from Dawn's, sorry I bumped you guys, Dawn's Sunrise budgeting. We have the ability to do one medium, one which is $5. So we will color that in up here. And then we have $1 for a tiny, which is one of these, which we will go up here. Okay, so our $6 goes into bubbles today. We will take a look at what we've saved so far. This one's going to be a big save when it's done. All right. So far for bubbles, 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, and 43. All right. That one is all done. That leaves us just with our Saveopoly game. We are looking forward to that, right? Okay, let's get this all set. Put our book away and get our Saveopoly. Luckily, because we survived Survivor, hopefully that's not a spoiler alert for you, we got an extra $5 to put towards the game today. We love that because this game gets a little spicy and we are trying to make it around the board. I would like to make it around the board today. I don't know if I will, but I would like to. So, you know, goals. All right. I always forget that I need the actual board. Put the book away, and then I pull it back out. All right. Saveopoly is right here. And we have our little birdie who is going to start here on go. And in order to start the game, we have to take $1 back to the vault, which we're going to do right here. $1 in the vault. All right, we're going to roll our dice and see where we end up. 2, 1, 2. We are starting at community chest. Community chest is right here. This is, we're going to roll a D8. And that is the number we're going to save. It's a 5. Okay, so $5 going into community chest today. It's like, where's my marker? There it is. All right. And we'll keep playing community chest until we have hit all 8 of those. All right. Rolling again. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to Oriental Avenue all the way at the front here. And we don't own it yet, so we can pay $2 and then own it. All right, that's awesome. We now have owned this whole neighborhood. Awesome. All right, moving on to 1, 2, Vermont. Now, we already own that, so what we do is we put $1 down for rent anytime we land on something that we own already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to states. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, we already own that one, so guess what? We get to put $1 down for rent. All right, and keep going. We're doing all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're headed to Tennessee. We only need $2 to finally own this one, so we're going to add that $2 today. 1, 2, and we are going to mark this one off. Finally own this one. We got a little ways to go on the others. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are headed to Indiana. Also have a little ways to go on this one. We need a 6 and a 3. Let's go ahead and do the 6. Get that big one out of the way. 6 and 3. And then we will have that one all paid up. This is fun. Just feels like you're playing Monopoly. 1, 2, B&O Railroad. We're going to the railroad. And let's see. We have to pay $5 each time we land on that one in order to get that one purchased. $5. And rolling again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are headed to Pacific Avenue, which is right here, and we haven't started this one at all. Okay, so we got to figure out what we're going to do here. We are getting really close but I do not. I want to get around the board. Okay, so we're gonna do a 5 and 5 ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, where am I? I'm on Pacific. Let's do the 3. I think I'll probably regret not doing more, but oh well. $3. 1, 2, 3. Those are $50 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo-hoo-hoo! Park Place. We all know that's the priciest one. This one's going to cost us $100 each. And we are almost all the way around the board. So let's do the 5. Let's do the 5. It feels really responsible. $5. Just one little step closer, and that's our first thing on that one. First time we got this far. All right, that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got all the way around. Okay, so we're landing on Baltic. We have to place $1 in the vault because we passed go for the first time. And Baltic is probably, if I remember correctly, already owned. We own that one. Yep, and so we're just going to add $1 there for rent. And now we have $2 left. I don't want another IOU, y'all. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go back here. We made it around. We hit our goal. Here's our bank fees catch-all. So we're going to put $2 in here and avoid that IOU, that nasty IOU. 1 and 2. All right, but our little birdie finally made it all the way around one time, so we are moving right along there, and we've spent our full $35 on Saveopoly, but making lots of progress. Okay, I'm going to fast forward while I put all this away, and then I will come back to wrap up the video. All right, y'all, we are all done for the week. For our Sunday Adult With Me series, we are wrapped up Saveopoly, and it's time to move on into the rest or the start of the week. So, of course, the next video you'll see from us will be our Monday minis, then Tiny Tuesdays, and then Wednesday or Thursday will be Finn's Fun the Fun. Just depends on when he feels like filming that video. I'm excited for all 3 of those videos this week. I hope y'all have a wonderful start to your week starting tomorrow, and a great rest of your Sunday. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Y'all hang in there.